Hello fellow GamerPoets, I'm Warrior from Legit Adventures and physically from Vermont, and I am a GamerPoet.
There's something I want to say to you, and I want you to listen very closely, because it's very important.
Life is a humorous, beautiful, deliciously deep-fried concept. It tastes good, it kills us slow. It begins with a sizzle, it continues to a greasy grin. Ultimately, it leaves us all gripping the toilet bowl like a rock climber does the edge of a mountain. And reality, and the perception of such a thing, is the ever-unraveling packaging, waiting to be tossed into the receptacle, recycled and reapplied. This life is only as real as the body that we occupy, the pain it feels, the happiness, the tears that leak from its eyes, the joy that creases its lips. Life is as real and meaningful to me as my good friend was, who died at the age of 24 from brain cancer. Life is as real to me as the love I once had for my first fiance, who was murdered in a car wreck by a drunk driver. It's as breathtaking as the two kids were, who were wearing masks as they broke through my back door, guns first, threatening my life and the lives of people I loved. And life is as real as the first time that I gave a kiss to someone who was not my parents. It's as real to me as the smile I get when sitting outside beneath the sun, when the cool breeze brushes my face, as I lean back peacefully and rest my eyes in serenity's triumph. Life is as real as the connection that strangers make through video recording, being watched at a random time in a random place, with a person that we never met speaking indirectly to our souls, impacting our lives in some shape, form, and or size, temporarily or forever. Forever. It's a funny word to the non-existent. When it's over, life, what was really real about it? To us, it might as well have never existed at all. And even more perplexing, it may never exist again. It will have been, as fleeting as the metro during rush hour, the twin sibling of yesterday. It will be gone as quickly as this afternoon's sandwich. And though another one, identical in appearance, may be created and consumed again tomorrow, that original 2 slices in mayo will never feel what it's like to be chewed on between your teeth again. When this life ends, it will be as memorable to me as the time I didn't spend with my friend who passed away from illness. It will be as meaningless as the money that I forfeited to save my life and the lives of those I loved when we were being robbed. This life will have been as pointless as the argument was that my ex and I had. The argument that took place the moment before she walked out of that door and was killed driving home by a man who drank both his and my former reality away. When this life ends for me, when this reality of mine is nothing more than a story that is mistold by those who care enough to do so, the first kiss that I gave won't be capable of mattering any more than the last one that I took. Or will it? Perhaps my sunny day smile and rainy evening grin will be passed along to some innocent bystander when I unload my mood without aim, eyes closed and lean back in the wind. Our words and our actions are the DNA of mankind. What we give birth to physically is nothing more than genetic code. We can love that code as much as we like and with all of our heart, but to most everyone else, that code won't be any more memorable to them than this life will have been to us after we left it. Any game modder can tell you that code can be changed, texture can be manipulated, and scripts can be rewritten. It's not what we give birth to that matters as much as it is the manner in which we help the already conceived grow, how we help it expand within itself, and the way in which we prepare it to ascend into the ether upon its own curious accord. If you are sitting around home, tormented by thoughts of this or that, wondering whether or not you should end it all and make it stop, the appropriate question would be, for what? One day, whether or not you wanted to, this life will end. What it won't be is ever again exist, because if for nothing else, for at least a little while, you can. Exist because you are supposed to. Exist because you were never meant to. Exist now because whether or not you jump from this roller coaster of a life at the top of the big loop or wait until the cart rolls to a conclusion, this ride will ultimately come to a stop. Dry your eyes, or let them empty until salt clings to their lids like weathermen do to their rain hoods in a hurricane. But stop concerning yourself with how difficult things appear to be, how difficult things may be. It's amazing that difficulty even exists at all. One day your code can and probably will be rewritten, if not by those who developed it, then by you yourself. And stop letting hackers corrupt your data by lazily installing some cheap antivirus and crying every time something pops up. To those of you who are toughing it out in situations that are doing nothing but making you unhappy or your life less fulfilling. To the man or the woman being beaten down mentally or physically within a relationship. Why? Who cares what people think? Most people don't even know what they think anyways. And who cares if that person who you are toughing it out for will ever change their ways anyways? You have the unknown, untapped capability of being a high-end, top-shelf gourmet. If you keep allowing yourself to be chewed up by the tooth of fast food junkies, all that you will end up being is half-digested and crapped out, like all the other chicken-battered saints who are remembered by none of us. And who the hell wants to be chewed up, half-digested, crapped out chicken tender heart, eaten by the wrong individual? Me? What do I live for? I live for that last moment just before I die. Would I regret? Would I rejoice? Would I say, fuck it, let's see what happens next? Fuck it, let's see what happens next. Because while I'm still capable of memory, you can be sure as battered chicken shit that I will not waste my soon-to-be forgotten time on regret. And until you experience regret, you won't truly be able to make that statement. Tell those who you love that you love them, even when you feel in the moment as if you don't. Take that terrifying opportunity to change things, while a chance of messing up what you think your life is still exists. It's better to be a bum that stood for what we believe in than to be an ass who sat down because we were afraid. Realize that money is no more important than the time that we lost to obtain it. Know that arguing with a fool who believes himself to be intelligent is no more beneficial than attempting to milk a bull who believes himself to be a cow. Regret? Sure. If we are fortunate enough, we will have accumulated all kinds of it. But does that mean that we should allow ourselves to miss the opportunity? Not in a game with only one life and no one up. Go save that princess, because when you get there, it won't be her that you rescued. It will be you. All that you need to ask yourself is one question. Where do you want to be sitting when the credits roll?
The question is, do you have any character at all? And if you want my honest opinion, Bob, you do not. For the simple reason that you don't regret anything yet.
You're saying I won't have any character unless I do something I regret?
No, Bob. I'm saying you've already done plenty of things to regret. You just don't know what they are. It's when you discover them, when you see the folly in something you've done, and you wish that you had it to do over. But you know you can't, because it's too late.